If you're having trouble losing weight or building muscle, transforming your body, then watch this video. This is for you. This is the exact process I take all of my clients through, and I want to show this to you so you understand it very well so you can do it yourself. So first things first, before we just try to jump in and say, let's start losing weight, let's go on a diet, let's do all this, we need to focus on what's called metabolic priming. We need to make sure that we understand how many calories, how much protein your body actually needs to perform at its best at just a baseline maintenance level, right? That's the first step that a lot of people completely don't even think about. They just miss. They just want to go in and do like a crazy cleanse or a crazy detox, and it's just too much too soon. We need to find stability so that you are getting enough energy so your body is working at 100%. Just imagine filling your car up to full, right? You can go anywhere you want, like you can drive hours away without stopping. But imagine if you're running on like a quarter of a tank or an eighth of a tank even. Like you're gonna be a little cautious, you're not gonna go as far, you're gonna be looking for a gas station, and your body's like that. So if you're not giving yourself all the fuel that you need, then guess what? Like it's not a good place to start when it comes to either building muscle or losing body fat. So first we want to find that maintenance amount of calories and protein, making sure you're getting enough healthy fats in as well, getting enough fiber. That's going to help your whole body work well, making sure you're getting the vitamins and minerals to produce the hormones that you need. Now, after we've spent some time here, this could be 2 weeks, this could be up to 6 weeks, then we can move into a fat loss phase. I call this fat loss acceleration. This is where we're going into a calorie deficit, where we're making sure we're losing body fat on a week-to-week basis. Now, this isn't going to be this huge drastic change. This is going to be a reduction of maybe 10 to 20% of your calorie intake from maintenance, right? So nothing crazy extreme. And with doing this, you can still eat a good amount of food, right? This is not going to be very difficult to sustain for multiple months. That's the goal. And that's one of the things that people miss out on a lot, is they do something so intense that it's not sustainable. What we need to do if we're trying to make a change to our body for the long term is find something that's sustainable, that's doable. So once we figure out your calories going in and out, right? How many calories do you need to stay in a deficit? Then we're going to factor in your walking. How many calories are you burning daily through movement? So if you're only getting 2,000, 3,000 steps a day, maybe even 4,000 or 5,000, there's a lot of room to up that. I focus on 10,000 a day. Some people that might be 7,000 or 8. I would say try to get yourself up to at least 7,000 a day, right? That's going to make sure you're burning more calories from that movement. Now, what's going to happen here? You're going to be in this phase anywhere from a month to 3 months, potentially even more, maybe 4 months, possibly even 5, right? Once you get to this point, your body's either going to say, hey, I've lost all the weight I can lose. Maybe you're super happy with where you are, or maybe you still have some weight to lose. Now, what we need to do here, kind of very similar to that first metabolic priming phase, but I call this strategic muscle. This is where we focus on, guess what? Let's raise calories back up, give your body everything you need. But now with the focus on continuing, we've been strength training this entire time. I didn't want to miss that. But at this point, instead of looking at the scale go down as our data, we're looking at our strength going up. This is where we want to focus on building more lean muscle mass to increase our metabolic rate, right? It's going to make us stronger. It's going to make us healthier. It's going to make us look better, feel better. And building muscle is key for raising our metabolism back up, because you don't want to stay in a diet forever, right? So we're going to do this for at least 3 months, maybe even 6 months, depending on where you're feeling the most comfortable. But now, guess what? After that, you're now in a position to, what I call the phase 4 is lifestyle mastery. You've now understood how to lose body fat and lose weight, and you now understood how to gain lean muscle and healthy tissue in your body. We don't always just want to think subtract, take away. We want to add to our body. We want to be able to understand what it's like to eat enough food so that we have a lot of energy so we can build muscle. But at this point, now you could either say, hey, I'm totally fine with where I'm at, or you can decide I'm going to do another fat loss phase. I'm going to go back into fat loss acceleration, because guess what? You're not staying in the diet for the rest of your life. You're looking for long-term sustainability, right? And that's why we're going to ping pong back and forth between fat loss acceleration and building muscle, that strategic muscle gain phase. So in the bodybuilding world, this is known as bulking and cutting, but we're not going to do it as extreme, right? You're probably not looking to be a competitive bodybuilder if you're watching this, right? You're probably just trying to lose some weight, maybe build some muscle, get fit, strong, and toned. So this is the key. This is the formula. So again, metabolic adaptation. Metabolic priming. We want to get rid of metabolic adaptation. We don't want to stay stuck with a slow metabolism. We want to build our metabolism up. Then once we've found some stable ground, then we're going to go into a fat loss acceleration phase. From there, after we spent time there, whether it's a month, up to even 6 months, believe it or not, then we're going to switch gears and say, all right, I'm not going to restrict forever. It's time to build muscle and strength. Put that as the focus. Because guess what, guys? You can build muscle in a deficit, but it's going to be limited, right? We want to focus on one thing at a time. Fat loss, muscle gain. Two different things that we want to focus on. Two completely different phases. So as we build more muscle, we spend at least 3 months here. Then we can recalculate. Where do we want to go? Do we want to focus on building more muscle? Do we want to lose some body fat? And the reality is, guys, you're going to be able to go back and forth throughout these phases for the rest of your life. You know, we're never going to stay stable, right? Even if you just want to just get stronger for the rest of your life and stay in that muscle gain phase and you're slowly building muscle, that's perfect, right? We don't want to stay stuck. We always want to have a goal. And one of the biggest issues people have with transforming their body, and especially weight loss, is they're just thinking about lose, restrict, pull back. But we want to switch the focus of our mindset and our brain over to also building positive, healthy tissue, which is going to be muscle mass. So these are the 4 phases, and I guarantee you, if you follow this process and this step, you will win. So if you need help with this at all, if this sounds, hey, that sounds great, but I don't know how to implement this, just respond to this post, message me the word coach, and I'll explain it to you in the exact same way I would with a one-on-one client. I'll walk you through the steps on how it makes sense for you. And if it makes sense for you, then you can move forward. So much love, you guys. Coach Brian Bell. Peace.